Hello, my name is Dan Willis from FirstResponderWellness.com. I'm a captain with the La Mesa Police Department near San Diego and the author of Bulletproof Spirit, the first responders' essential resource for protecting and healing mind and heart. Bulletproof Spirit is an emotional survival guidebook that gives our first responders hope and a path toward wellness. You know, our job tends to turn us into someone our loved ones no longer recognize. Keep watching this short video and you'll see how to get help. As so many others have already said, this book can save your career, your health, your marriage, and possibly even your life. It's not only for our first responders, the police, fire, paramedics, military, and trauma workers, but it's for their families and all those who care for them and train them. Traditional training for first responders is focused nearly exclusively on the mind and body, neglecting the most important aspect of us all that makes us human, our spirit. It is from the spirit that we are inspired and motivated to serve while protecting and giving life to others. It is the spirit that enables us to cope with stress, to overcome trauma, and to serve with compassion. Bulletproof Spirit focuses on training and emotional survival for our spirit. It provides a way, in a sense, to bulletproof your spirit so that you will not become a victim of your chosen profession and develop those wellness practices that will significantly enhance the quality of your personal and professional life. The health and wellness of our first responders is extremely disheartening. Suicide is the #1 cause of death every year for police officers. And believe it or not, we lose 22 military veterans every single day to suicide. Tens of thousands of first responders are suffering from PTSD, with many others suffering debilitating stress, depression, and hopelessness. So many have become victims of their profession, and it doesn't have to be this way. Bulletproof Spirit will give you hope by detailing nearly 40 wellness practices that will protect, nurture, heal, and sustain your spirit. Let me ask you something. As a first responder, do you feel the job has adversely affected you, your personal life and relationships? When I teach emotional survival throughout the country, every first responder has always said, yes, the job definitely has adversely affected them. So if that's the case, do you just do nothing and let the job victimize you, or do you take control and do something proactive about it? Well, Bulletproof Spirit is the emotional survival guidebook and resource that will do just that. Bulletproof Spirit is a culmination of my 25 years in law enforcement, as well as my efforts to coordinate and develop the wellness program at my agency and the training I received at the FBI National Academy at Quantico, Virginia. The book describes the warning signs that will tell you the job is adversely affecting you. It discusses lessons of survival, of self-awareness. It discusses emotional survival strategies and methods that actually work. It shows wellness practices for your spirit, dozens of them that have proven to be very effective. It shows you how to prepare for and mitigate PTSD symptoms and effective treatments for PTSD. It describes the effective use of peer support teams, how to create and maintain an effective peer support team, as well as chaplain programs and their effective use. It discusses the most critical support for first responders, support from home, and how our loved ones can most effectively help us to maintain wellness. And finally, it describes one officer's survival story, an officer involved in a fatal shooting who credits the information in this book for not only saving his career, but also possibly even saving his life. So what are the warning signs that you're being adversely affected by the job? First one is isolation. You come home from work, you just want to be left alone. Another one is what I call emotional numbing, being disengaged with everyone, their activities, and everything. Another one is anger. Things seem to just set you off that never used to bother you before. Difficulty sleeping. That's one of the most serious ones for first responders because sleep controls so much of our mood, our ability to cope and deal with stress, and to handle trauma. And finally, depression. First responders can find themselves feeling helpless, hopeless, angry, and eventually very depressed. Bulletproof Spirit can help. Hundreds of thousands of first responders are suffering from PTSD, 120,000 just in law enforcement. PTSD is not a weakness, but an injury. It's not about what's wrong with you, it's about what happened to you. It's an injury to the brain's ability to naturally process a traumatic event and put it in its proper perspective. There are effective, proven treatments for PTSD that work extremely well, that promote healing and enhance coping ability. For example, I know of an officer who was involved in a fatal shooting. He was fine for a couple of weeks. Then one night he came home, his son greeted him, and he started seeing blood raining down his son's face. He saw blood at the dinner table. He'd see blood pooling around his wife's head when he watched her sleep. He thought he was losing his mind and didn't know how to make those images go away. And the more he tried to resist, the more they kept coming with much more intensity. Well, someone on his department told him about this treatment, EMDR, for PTSD. Officer went one time and he never saw phantom blood again. And there are treatments that are that effective. Bulletproof Spirit will teach you how to prepare for a traumatic event so that hopefully you will not suffer the symptoms of PTSD. Without proactively working toward emotional survival, one is surrendering to the victimization of the job. Bulletproof Spirit offers the hope, training, and resources that will be the path toward a healthy, vibrant, and meaningful career and quality of life. If you're a first responder, thank you for your service and sacrifice. Please get a copy and read Bulletproof Spirit. Your health and life, as well as the safety of our communities, depends upon it. Thank you, and I hope you enjoy the book.